Well, I'm here at the launch. Dad and I are about to embark on a just 3-night little trip. Warming up for a summer of trips. I'm going to be camping for the next month or 2 or 3. And this will be the last, well, not the last, but I'm using this camera a lot less. I got a new camera with an external microphone, so that's going to improve the sound quality quite a lot. So I'm excited to start improving that video and audio quality, because I know they've been pretty poor sometimes. Anyway, should be some great bass fishing, and this is Dad's first portage trip, so excited to take him on it. Well, it's about 4:45, and we are just approaching the portage into Smoky Lake. Here in this beautiful marsh, this huge expansive marsh, and there's just kind of a channel to get through with this marsh, which would otherwise be kind of a maze. And as you can see on Dad's head net there are quite a few mosquitoes.
That's right, I can hear them.
But we're covered up head to toe, so not an issue so far. Alright, we've set up camp here. Dad's gathering firewood, cooking dinner. We got some chicken and potatoes and scotch. And here's a little look at camp. Well, it's 2:20 now, and we put in a good morning's work, so cooked up a big meal of pork with onions, mushrooms, and peppers, and then some mashed potatoes as well, with cheese, pepper, and bacon bits. It's a feast.
Nothing like it.
Nope. Wow. Now that's a moth. Huh. It's just sitting there. We've been cooking in front of it and we didn't even see it. Just saw the first blueberries of the season. Gonna pick these up. Doing a shot here. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh. Oh, wow, that's good.
Mm.
Oh my god.
Warm, crunchy.
It's like blueberry pie in your mouth.
Mm-hmm. Got a double header going here.
Hey.
Not a big one. Well, actually, you know what? Combined, they might make a meal. We're trying to get dinner here. So let's net these and see. Same lure, too. Well, what do you call it? Flasher jig. Well, we're back from fishing. I think it's about 7:30. And we finally settled on some small bass, about a pound each, but combined they fill the pan. And you can hear that sizzle, so that's going to be real good. All that hot oil just went in the fire because we're done. And here's the first bite.
Okay, first bite.
Yep.
Oh god. That's beautiful.
Okay, my turn. It's 6:30 in the morning on day 3, and it's been pouring for a few hours, and this bug room, which we're using as a tent, really isn't meant for really wet weather. It's a dry weather shelter, so we're pretty damp around the edges, the ends of our sleeping mats, and our sleeping bags, pillows, and lots of stuff is just damp right now. And we have another night, so hopefully this will fizzle out later today and get some sun so we can try and dry out. Otherwise, we're going to be pretty damp. Finally got into a little bit bigger one, maybe 3-pounder. But it's just been almost all 1, maybe a 2-pounder if we're lucky. Actually, that's probably 2.5, not even 3, but it feels bigger when you've been catching 1-pounders all day.
Oh, nice.
It's a good 4 pounds
Beautiful.
there.
Oh, that's gorgeous. Whew. That would be a meal. Let's see
Nice
down the
smallmouth.
gullet.
Beauty. Okay, let's get him back. That's nice.
Okay.
Oh, really fought. Almost couldn't get him in the net. There he goes.
It's the morning of day 4, so we'll be leaving our little cedar grove and packing up after breakfast. And we have lots of time today, so we can just fish and relax on our way out. It shouldn't rain, it should just be overcast, so it might make for some good fishing.
And Jonathan has
Right.
landed the horse.
It is meaty. Look
Oh
at the belly.
my
This
God.
thing has been feeding like crazy. It's not the longest pike.
It's
but
meaty.
What a battle. I
Yeah.
had it on light gear on an 8-pound fluoro leader. Okay. Oh, hook's out too. I thought I lost it for a second too. He must have been swimming straight to the boat. Oh, my adrenaline is pumping. Oh man. He's not crazy long, but he's heavy.
He is heavy, I know.
Head on him.
Wonder what it weighs.
I was hoping to get into a big pike.
Oh,
Oh yeah. That's good. That's
10?
That's 10, yeah.
Oh my God.
Get him back quickly.
Yeah.
See, I had a nice pike here last year, and I wanted to see if there were many around, but dang, I'm gonna have to target pike next time. That's good. I'm just gonna get a quick weight on him in the net. Woo! Recording? Okay. Alright, this guy is not the longest, but he's somehow measuring at 15 pounds. Oh, wow, okay. Gotta get him back. That's crazy. Get up right there, buddy. Okay, and we're paddling back through the marsh here and just found some pitcher plants. And this guy has one in there. He's trapped an insect. I don't know what he does with it now. Does it close up? I'm not sure, but pretty cool. Big snake here. I don't know what kind that is. Cool though. Well, that was an awesome trip with my dad. I'm on my way to Pembroke now to meet up with some family and then start a month of camping way up north around like Marathon towards Thunder Bay. And I've been looking for somewhere to eat on the way, but there's been nothing, so I'm gonna dust a bag of munchies. Can't wait.
There's a question. Ask us something.
Okay, we're doing the trip intro here. I am with my cousins in Pembroke,
Hello.
and they're gonna tell you why my upcoming month-long trip, or 2 or 3 month trip, is stupid. Okay, so generally, why do you feel that camping is stupid?
Because you have to poop outside.
Okay, no, listen. So we have like as a society made all these things, and it's just like, okay, we're gonna live without toilets and showers now. You're gonna die from disease. You don't like. You literally said that you didn't have a shower for 3.5 weeks.
If you have a heart attack by yourself out there, you will die.
Yeah.
100%. If you have anything wrong with you out there, you will die.
Yeah, and
What do you think of the bugs?
they're gonna kill you. They're gonna give you
Could
malaria.
you go camping with all the bugs?
I mean, if they're gonna eat me alive, then like once a bug landed on my hand. Why don't you just go for a hike? That's the thing.
A hike doesn't get you away from it all.
Okay, I don't
Do you not
care.
think this
You
is
don't know
away
the
from it
pleasure.
all?
Yeah, is this not away from it all?
Okay, we're coming up on 2 minutes.
This is a nice place.
We're gonna conclude the intro.
This thing stinks.
Any final thoughts?
This stinks.
Okay, my
You are
my
going to
hammock
die.
stinks.
This is the last time I will ever see
Wow.
you.
It's close to 7. I've been on the road for a bit over an hour now, and just spotted the first moose of the trip just off Highway 17, west of Deep River. Oh, and there's a calf. Didn't even see it. Cool. Probably the first of many this trip. Well, I'm on the little river that feeds into Caribou Lake, and I won't be on it for long, just 100 meters probably. And then I gotta haul butt across the lake because I think it's 6:30 now, and I gotta get in there. The bugs are starting to feed here too, so time to make a run for it.
I'm gonna set up camp, but there is an incredible view here. Gorgeous sand beach.
So this is the new camera, and I got the external mic for it with this dead cat, so that'll greatly improve the audio quality. Looking forward to that. It's been terrible. Well, this is what it's all about. Today, driving 12 hours from A to B, it felt like, I don't know, sometimes you wonder why you're going so far, but it's all worth it right now. Well, the mosquitoes have come out en masse, and I'm wondering if the audio will pick this up, because it sounds like a racetrack with all their little wings. Paddling back to the same spot where I caught that first walleye, and sure enough, another bite. And I gotta look at it, it's another perfect eater walleye. I'm not gonna keep it, I don't need it this time, but it's fighting hard. Nice. Nice walleye. Whoa! Almost caught me. A couple minutes later, have another one on. Man. Little pike. Thanks, buddy. And I bet I'll get one on this cast. Yep. Yeah. Oh! Yeah, still on. Here's a quick look at those golden colors. Oh, it's nice. Be a nice eater. Okay, okay. Starting to get into my camping groove too. It's been, this is day 3, so day 3, day 4, you start to get into your groove and start to relax and unwind. And it stinks for people who only do weekend trips, because even if it's a long weekend, even if you get 4 days in and that's it, you can't really unwind properly because you know it's coming to an end. So nice when you have time. I know not everyone has this luxury of being unemployed, finish school and don't have a job, so not everyone can do that, but man, it makes such a huge difference. I know I'm doing this for the next like 4 weeks or more, so I'm starting to disconnect. Also helps when you take a little booze cruise. I also had a nap this afternoon and that did a lot for me. You know, you're starting to let go of the constraints of time when you start having naps. There's an intense storm going on right now. It might just be passing, but there's some big thunder, lightning, and it felt like even hail. Maybe the rain was just that heavy, but I've ditched the motel idea. Checked the forecast again, and it now favors me to leave tomorrow, despite that I'm going to have to paddle up Santoy Lake, which is a big one, into a headwind. The alternative is leaving on Saturday and facing rain probably, and the Diablo portage is pretty steep and rocky, so that would be bad and perilous. So I'm just going to sleep in the parking lot tonight. Got a couple cold ones, and I'll just drift off to sleep for probably only a few hours, but that's the plan. Stocked up in Marathon, got plenty of groceries. I don't know how I'm going to fit it all into my food bag, 2 weeks worth of food, but I'll give it a whirl. It's 10 o'clock here at the launch on Santoy. I packed up the gear, sorted through the car and got everything out. And I'm feeling a bit less nervous now, but still anxious. It's by far the most ambitious trip I've ever attempted, so I can't help but feel a bit nervous. To do this alone, 170 kilometers. But I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm not gonna die, but I think it's gonna be really hard. So yeah, it's after 10 now, so I'm gonna try and fall asleep soon. We'll see. This is it. It's about 6 a.m. and I've eaten, unloaded the gear, and I'm ready to go. That is a week's worth of food right there, I hope, or 2 weeks I should say. And I was really praying for the wind to die down this morning, because it's a north wind and I'm heading north, but that didn't happen, so at least it's pretty chilly out, so that'll help me warm up. But it's gonna be 5 kilometers into this to start, and then one of the toughest portages that I've heard of, the Diablo portage. Conditions are bad. Finally made it. That was pretty brutal. 5 of the hardest kilometers I've ever paddled for sure. So I thought I might lose my breakfast, but that's never happened to me, so it says something. It was beautiful, though it was hard to appreciate the beauty when the paddling was so rough. It seems common here, and it is relatively. But out on the lake, I'm just around this point here. Out on the lake, it's just terrible. Yep, this portage is brutal. I just took the big pack up and some other stuff, and I'm out of breath. It's pretty steep. So it seems like the elevation gain is over, but really the dangerous part is here, through this ravine. These ferns, they cover up everything, and I can't see the ground hardly. And sometimes there are big pits in the ground, and I put my foot through a couple already, luckily without injury, but you can see why it'd be hard to walk here when there are these traps underneath the ferns. It's going to be tough with the canoe. It's been almost 2.5 hours and I'm still going. And along the ravine section of the portage, the mosquitoes are really bad. Hi. I knocked you over. You okay? Yeah, you're okay. Diablo! Done. Finally. Oh, I don't know how that was only a kilometer. It felt like 10. That was awful. But the lake isn't. It's beautiful. And it's supposed to have brook trout. So we'll see about that. It'd be my first one ever, so that would make it all very worthwhile. But right now I just want to swim and drink a couple liters of water. Can't wait. Oh, that's good. I needed to rinse out my clothes after today, so just went in with them. Did some laundry. That feels so much better. Oh, I feel really rejuvenated now. Holy cow. I'm gonna get these off and get some dry clothes and set up camp. It happened. I got a brook trout. Oh man. It's so beautiful. Oh, have a look at this guy. Oh, beautiful colors. Oh, couldn't have dreamt it up more perfect. Oh, spectacular. Incredible blue. This golden red belly. Wow. Cloud 9. Pretty tough day, but such an amazing reward. Not only that brook trout, but this pristine lake, all to my own. Just got into another one. About the same. Equally beautiful. Whoops. Whoa, he wants to go. I'm gonna let him. Whoa, he's in the net. Let's turn it. Thanks, buddy. Too good. Years without brook trout, and then 2 in one night. Morning. And I think he's too long. Let's see. Oh. Oh no. No, he's good. He's just small enough. It's 15 inches. Stunning. Oh. Hard to take this guy. He's got a big gash on his stomach, so maybe he's a good one to take, but
Not easy. Anyway, that'll be lunch. I'm gonna head back. The wind is picking up, so I don't want to get caught in it again. I don't have the strength for it. So I'm gonna head back to camp that way. Cook them up. Alright, here goes my first taste of brook trout ever. Oh. Yeah, that's good. Okay, here's round 2. I think it was pretty undercooked the first bite. It wasn't even that warm. Now it's a lot better. Much better now. Can't believe I put myself through 2 black fly seasons. They're pretty bad right now. They're all over the microphone too. It's all furry. It's a dead cat, so they think it's prey, I guess. Supper's cooking there. Got some rice side dish going on. I tried tasting a few of the dandelion leaves here. There are some around, but at this point in the season they're just too bitter. Could sure go for something fresh though, so I'm hoping for those blueberries. There's a bear. Knew I heard something on the shore. Hey, bear. That's exactly where the portage is, too. He's guarding it. He's one of Diablo's minions. That's the direction where I heard the splashing earlier today, and then more noise just recently out in the canoe. Finally at the end of this 800 meter portage, which was nothing like the Diablo, but still not the best. Slapped on the sandals for the end here so I could avoid completely saturating my shoes to help them dry out a lot faster this afternoon. This is actually a really difficult section here. The bugs are terrible. All kinds of bugs here. There are lots of places to fall in up to your knee or deeper in mud. And because the canoe's so heavy right now, my draft is too deep and I can't get over any of that. So I had to drag through it. Hopefully the rest of it I can paddle. Finally done the portages. And Cairngorm Lake is right over there. I'm praying there's a good wind. I need to ditch these bugs. There are few greater joys for me than paddling with an incredible tailwind. This is awesome. I'm putting in the normal effort or less and getting probably triple the result. All the days, like days on coming in on Santoy with that nasty headwind. It's just so vindicating when nature cooperates, when weather cooperates. Nature needs our respect, but weather just demands our respect. This is awesome. The main lake of Cairngorm was kind of featureless and dull, but now that I'm past the Narrows, it's getting a lot more interesting. This little island was spared by the fire, which is pretty cool. Have something bigger on here. I think it's a decent pike. It's just really girthy, not that long. It'll go at least 8 pounds. It's just chunky. They hook out quick. I always try and keep them in the net there. Kind of like a little live well. Much better for them than hauling them into the boat. Oh, almost took my net. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Probably, yeah, 7 pounds. Definitely not the longest, but still nice. Alright, thanks buddy. Cool. At the portage, and the guidebook said this one was a bit easier, but it seems pretty awful. And the bugs are bad, obviously. So in one way I can see why this trail is easy. It's pretty flat and dry. But because of the forest fire, it's extremely overgrown with small stuff that's just clogging up sections of it. The concerning thing is that I have no visibility to bears. I could walk right past one right here. There could be a bear there. I have no visibility. Just crawling with them. Stopped on shore here for a snack and opened up the food bag, and it smelled pretty boozy. Immediately checked the scotch, and this one is wide open. And so now I'm going to hopefully pour the contents. Thankfully it was in its own bag, and that's why I do that. Happened with the wine earlier on a trip this year. Hopefully I can pour it out of this filthy bag back in there. Oh, just all over my pants as I try to move a bug. Good, good. Okay, let's try again. And if bugs bite me, they're just gonna bite me. There we go. Yep, there's some biting me right now. It's a treat. Okay, too many. That's most of it. Yeah, it's coming out with some little bits of dirt. That'll be good. Extra flavor. Yeah. Yeah, scotch all over my pants. Wasted a bit of it, but salvaged. And now I'm going to rinse off everything that was in that bag, and hopefully I don't smell like booze for the rest of the trip. Better than dirt and sweat and bug smashings, at least. Found the path. It's just incredibly overgrown. Worse than the last one. And if someone doesn't do some good clearing work on this, these trees will get bigger and it'll just be unusable. Okay, well, now I gotta go back and get all the stuff. Just took a cast from shore, a few casts, and hooked into what felt like a pretty good fish. It's not that big of a walleye, but it is blue. It's incredibly blue on its back, on its top half. Oh, there goes the hook. That is so cool. I've heard of these blue walleye, but I've never seen one. Huh.
and I'm tempted to eat it, but it's been rainy all morning, and I don't know. I don't really feel like getting wet because my other clothes are all damp still from laundering them yesterday. I think I'll let this guy go. Look at those colors, it's so unique. Huh. Okay. It's past 3 o'clock now and still raining. It's rained almost the entire time so far today. I got a few casts in, and you know, I've been able to go to the washroom and such when there's a brief break, but not much, but at least I'm resting. I need it. It's a little past 6 and finally stopped raining for once, for a bit at least for now. And I'm not feeling very well. My stomach doesn't feel right, and my lower back is killing me just from exertion. But I feel like I need protein, and so I'm gonna go fishing and try and get something quickly. Yeah, the thought of a rice or noodle side dish with all the salt in it right now just doesn't feel like it would help at all. So I'm gonna try and get a fish. There's a little bird there, and it flew into the water. It almost seemed intentional, but I think it's a baby bird that's trying to fly, and now it's trying to swim, and maybe it's struggling, so I'm gonna go help it. Look at this poor little thing. He was about to drown. I thought it seemed weird for a little bird to be swimming. I'm gonna take him back to the shore on the left where he came from, and hopefully he can return to his nest, or I don't know. But glad I checked it out. Oh. Poor guy. I think he's trying to call out, but he can't. He's probably exhausted. So I put him here on some moss on the shore he came from. And hopefully he can recuperate there. And then there's even a little rock house for him if he needs to get out of the rain or something, and he can crawl over there. He can move, he's just exhausted right now, so I hope he'll be okay. There's nothing more I can do for him right now. Well, karma rewarded me, I guess, with a good eating size pike. Perfect for the pan. Needed that. And now I just hope it holds off raining for an hour while I clean, heat the oil. We'll get the fire going first, cook it, eat it, and clean dishes. Usually takes about an hour, so it's not quick, but needs to be done right now. Okay, I already snuck a couple of bites, but here's how it looks. So needed. I feel so much better instantly. Oh, so good. Wow. Just got Tex-Mex seasoning on it, with a bit of oil. I love it. Cheers to protein. My body sure needs it. I feel so much better. Got into a decent walleye. That's 4 pounds. Anyway, I'm full, so you're going free today, buddy. Yeah, he's good to go. Cool. That's about as pink of a sunset as they come. Holy cow. That is just pink. Yeah, the bugs. It's so hard to film with the bugs. Wow, what a sunset.
And I can't even see it fully from here, but even this view isn't bad at all. Boom. On fire. Holy cow. Morning of day 7, and the bugs are especially bad this morning. Apparently they were bored during the rain yesterday too, and they're waiting to get out. Well, I'm traveling up Steel Lake, and there's no tailwind. There's a direct headwind, but it's not too bad. And the terrain is pretty nice here. I'm just tucked away behind this little island. So with this headwind, I don't think I'm going to make it the 30 kilometers. I'll probably make it about 18, 19, and then finish up tomorrow. Another decent pike on. Not crazy long, but again, pretty thick. Oh, alright. Probably 6-7 pounds. Okay. Oh yeah. Not too bad. Pretty meaty, thick across the back. Alright. Thanks, buddy. Been doing all my cooking on the stick stove, but I'm a little tired of it. It's really much slower than a fire, especially if you have 2 items like this. I'm going to boil the ramen in that, and I'm going to leave out the chicken stock, and I'm just going to use some Tex-Mex in that and in that, and have that flavor instead of the chicken. Should be awesome. This is probably the best meal I've eaten in a week. It's not saying a lot, but still, it's pretty good. Oh, this is amazing. It's mild. I'm not cold for the first time in a few days, and it's the first direct sunlight I'm receiving in a few days. It hasn't been warm at all. And there are no bugs for some reason, and I have a full belly. And if all this keeps up, I'm gonna have a bonfire, wait till it gets dark, and hope for some northern lights. It would be the first time in my life, so everything's pretty awesome right now. Well, it's a little past 11 and no sign of the aurora, but that's okay. I've stayed up later for many aurora forecasts that didn't pan out. And worst case, if they definitely don't show up, I'll probably stay up till midnight. Then I should have some great stargazing. There's still a little light on the horizon, despite that it's past 11. It's pretty high latitude here, so in the summer that is how it goes. It's funny, there was a pretty big ant walking by the fire here on the stones. And he just kind of like paused for a second and gazed at this bonfire, which in his life might be the most incredible spectacle he'll ever see. And here I am, a little ant on Earth, speck in the universe, looking up for a bonfire in the sky. Well, another day and another pretty decent pike on the big soft paddle tail. Alright. Ah! That's gone. Oh, he's here. Oh, he's gone. Oh, well. Good thing it wasn't a huge one. It was like the rest, probably 7 pounds thick. Just finished the first of the 3 portages, and first cast beneath the falls, perfect eater walleye, perfect. But it's not the right time, so this guy's gonna go. Well, 5 casts now and 4 walleye to show for it. And this one's, whoa, nicer. It's another blue one. It's probably three pounds or so. Well, I changed my mind. I didn't want to camp there, so I'm going to run the first section of rapids, which is all class 1 and swifts. So it should be easy even for someone who has never done whitewater like me. I'm going to get everything packed up. This camera is going away in a dry bag, as is almost everything else. And it should be pretty hard to botch this section, but yeah, I just didn't want to sleep in that campsite. Man, I'm tired. Also, I'm pretty sure I'm badly sunburnt. I can't really tell, but face feels pretty raw. Anyway, I'm gonna get packed up and I'll get the small waterproof camera mounted on the side and we'll see how this goes. Alright, so I'm all bundled up for baby's first rapid and we'll see how this goes. Again, it looks like the left side. Okay, this is pretty fun. Uh-oh. Hopefully this is okay. Oh yeah, just missed that. Oh, little scrape, that's not bad. And something coming up here. I hope I hit it right. Oh boy. This one's trickier. No, I was fine. Whoa! Oh, it's a blast. Why was I so worried? That was fun. I want to do it again. Oh. Okay, we'll see how I feel about the class 2s though. That was easy. I'm going to do a little fishing here. Surprisingly no bites below the falls there, or the rapids, but some nice scenery right afterwards. I have a few more rapids to run and then there should be a campsite. Made it to camp, almost paddled past it. I'm guessing this is the one marked on the map. And it's in this very old spruce forest. Very old. Spruce can regularly live to 300 years or more, and they've even been known to live 1,000 years in kind of rare cases. But yeah, this is a really old forest. And some widowmakers, but not too bad considering. Pretty nice. Well, I'm just pooped. It was a longer day than expected. I wasn't expecting to go down the river at all. And super hungry, I think pretty sunburnt. But happy to be here. Happy I moved sites because that other one was, yeah, you might as well just go car camping. It wasn't wild at all. And now I'm in this site, which is super wild. I've got my last fresh meal of the trip. And then after this, it's all packaged stuff that could sit on a shelf for a year. So I'm going to enjoy this garlic bread. It doesn't look like much. It's squished all down, but there's over 1,000 calories there, so I'm sure my body will take them. Anyway, I'm going to get this on.
It's morning of day 9, and that's the longest trip for me. I've done 8-day trips and many other trips, but never 9 days, so it's my longest, and I'm feeling like I'm ready to get moving on. So I'm going to try and tackle the river section pretty quickly. See if I can get out in maybe 3 days. Just walking around to keep the bugs off me. So now it's going to be rapids. Some more class 1s and then 3 class 2s. And then some other class 2s after that if I want. The subsequent ones can be lined or portage, but we'll see. Feeling pretty confident right now after yesterday. But they might scare me. Raining pretty hard, but I'm just gonna go for it. It could rain all day. I have no forecast anymore. I have no idea, so I'm not gonna wait around all day. The mosquitoes are killing me right now. I can't even lose them in the rapids. Keeps going, it's beautiful. Sure be slogging it through a headwind. Portaging. I'm just floating on a lazy river here. Takes a little work, but not much. Comparatively. I'm gonna get on shore, scout it, and I'd really rather run it, obviously. Looks okay, I'm gonna run it. If I stay to the right, I think I'll be okay. The fact that there's a portage tells me maybe otherwise, but I don't care. I'm going for it. There it goes. It looks a little different up here. Oh boy. This could get interesting. I couldn't see it from the scout, but at the end there's a pretty nasty section where I don't see, looking back at it, I don't see any clear route through it. Oh well. It is super dreary out today. Just nasty. I'm pretty soaked to the bone. Pulled up in this campsite to make some lunch. I caught a walleye that took the hook badly, so I had to keep it. And yeah, I've just found this gem of a site. It's across from this cliff face. And it's got its own really nice sand beach. And then the campground, the campsite, is quite nice too. Nice canopy, good flat spaces for the tent. Really nice. I'm gonna cook up some walleye here, some lunch. This next
class 2, and this one looks a little more challenging in terms of right to left, left to right, but still should be perfectly doable. Oh, that one got my heart racing a little bit. I was heading for that rock about 2/3 of the way down. Had to give it a hard right. I'm at the last portage of the trip, or sorry, the last rapids of the trip. Lots and lots of swifts after this, but this one's class 2 technical and you can portage around it. But I think I'm gonna run it. This section should be fine. And then as long as I can cut across here, you can see that one boulder. If I can get to the far side of that one, just cut across there and then stick to the left side and then cross back to the middle here, should be fine. Alright, bumped the rock there at the bottom, but it's all good. We're clear. No more rapids. A lot of fun though. Really enjoyed the rapids a lot more than I thought I would. I was dreading them so much. Well, the portage is a lot more tame than normal, so that's nice. And the view ain't bad either. Alright, it's the end of day 9 almost, and just going through my food that's remaining. I've got some Snicker and Vector bars, about 6 of those left, some scotch left, some oil, more oil than I expected, breakfast cookies, this great trail mix which I just put together with 3 different things, which is cashews, the best of all, almonds and sunflower seeds, and apparently if you have seeds and nuts together you get complete protein. Instant potatoes along with tons of other instant side dishes that I have in the bag there. There are probably like 10 left, none of which I want to eat, except for the instant potatoes. They're pretty good. I've got my assorted bag which has things like instant coffee, Tex-Mex, multivitamins, cracked pepper, which also go in the instant potatoes tonight. And then that's about it. I'm using up the last of the cheese. I was wrong last night. I did have a little fresh food left. I had a bit of cheese, which has been out of a refrigerator for 9 days, or 10 days actually, because I bought it the day before. And it's still holding up. When the conditions aren't too boiling hot, it lasts alright. Get the shredded variety. It's obviously a lot more preserved. And there are some bacon bits, the last of the bacon bits in there as well. That's about it. For the next 3 days or so, I'll be getting by on that and fish, thankfully. Here's the end product. I'm not kidding. You'd be hard pressed to find better mashed potatoes at your grandma's Thanksgiving dinner. They're really good. So here's an honest, heart-to-heart moment. For the last 9 days, I have not worn deodorant. I didn't think I had any. I was searching for it in the car the night I slept in the car on Santoy, and I couldn't find it anywhere. Turns out it was in my toilet paper bag the whole time. So I just put some on, and I'll try not to cry. But this is the best I've ever felt in my life. I'm the king of the world, and I think I could do anything I wanted right now. I feel clean. Also, I haven't seen a single person in 9 days either. Except for that guy on Santoy, the boater who asked if I was okay in the waves. But that was the only guy, the only person I've seen. That was day one, early in the morning. So, all I have is this camera, which is coming in handy really. It's better than nothing. And it's dry, it's not raining, and it's peaceful here. Feeling the best I've felt in a couple days probably. I mean, in my life. Every night, gotta clear out the riffraff. This'll wake you up in the morning. You staying in the river. I'm going this way too, buddy. Okay, now to actually do the portage. Okay, now this one is truly nuts. It's so steep and the bank is mud. Oh man, I got all the gear up, but now the canoe. Oh, this is a back killer. Oh, thank goodness. That was brutal. Just arrived at the last log jam there, and just got a portage around it. Last one of the trip, and it goes on a ways beyond that. Finally back on Santoy. At camp, got a fire going right away. Anyway, I need to get dinner on and eat and sleep. I am pooped. It's morning of day 11, and I needed there to not be a south wind today, but there is, and it's strong. So I'm going to be windbound today, it looks like, because I just can't cross Santoy like this. It was horrible on day 1, and I'm sure it would be the same, but in opposite direction today. And after yesterday, I don't have the physical capacity to do that. So hopefully I can entertain myself here. I finished my book days ago, like halfway through the trip. Fishing's going to be tough because I'm on the wind blown shore, but maybe I can get out there and have a walleye. That would be nice. But at the very least I can rest, get everything good and dry. It's like not a cloud in the sky anywhere. It is just awful out there. There is no chance I was gonna make it through this. But it's okay. A relaxing day on the beach isn't bad at all. And I've been doing lots of chores and just things around camp that I've been putting off because of the pretty frantic pace of the last few days. It's after 8 o'clock and the wind is still gusting. South wind still all day. Haven't been able to get out in the canoe or fish, so I haven't eaten a lot, and that is, as usual, impacting my energy levels. So I don't feel like doing too much else today. I just want to get to bed early and wake up early, and hopefully the wind will die down by then. All I need to cover is 10 kilometers, so even if it's a mild wind I could do that, but it's too strong right now. I would just love to eat a fish right now. I need it. I know I need protein again, but yeah, it's just not cooperating out there. So I've been getting everything ready that I possibly can for the next trip and for tomorrow, including getting out my car key. I can't wait to just push the gas and have the car go and not have to scrape and claw for every inch against a headwind. It's gonna feel amazing. And then I'm gonna stuff my face when I get to Marathon. I'm getting a motel and I'm going to get A&W because that's all they have in Marathon. And so much other food. I'm gonna get some cold tall ones, and at the Extra Foods, which is the grocery store in Marathon, they have these colossal bags of chips. I don't know why they have them there, but I'm probably gonna get one. And I could also go for some ice cream. That would meet my primary cravings right now. Yeah. That's almost 11 days in the books. Still haven't seen anyone, not one person. Well, actually on Santoy I have seen a couple boats from afar. And I saw the helicopter on Steel Lake a couple times, but I haven't spoken to anyone the whole time. And I've kind of been wishing that someone would just come along to a campsite where I'm already set up, and just they're hoping to camp there that night, and we'd just chat a bit. You definitely do miss people after this long. I do so many solo trips and I never get that lonely.
But I sure would have liked to share a campsite with someone on this trip. 6 a.m. Wind is still howling. I just want to leave. My stomach is not happy with the food that it's getting right now. It doesn't feel good. Feels like it's being squished, shrinking. Ugh. The wind just died down considerably, and I'm thinking of making a run for it. If it picks up, it's gonna be miserable. Got oatmeal and green tea to help settle my stomach, and then I'm going for it. Well, I'm not out of the woods yet. It's starting to rain on me a little bit, just a few drops, and I think it's going to pick up because there's some nasty looking clouds ahead. And the wind is starting to pick up too. Either way, I'm going for it. There's no turning back. That gap there in the mountain, or the hill, is the start of the Diablo portage. And it was up to that point on day one where I struggled to get, and it's going to be the same thing in reverse today. I'm going to struggle to get back out. The wind is picking up big time again around this corner. It's white capping out there. Turns out it was just calm in my section there. So this is going to be a battle. Well, I'm getting the car soaked, there's no question about that. It is pouring, huge drop. It could be a beautiful place if Santoy wasn't such a windy, snarling, nasty, treacherous, poisonous, malevolent troll of a lake. The most appropriate thing I can say is that when you're on Santoy, Diablo is near. But there are definitely some things about this trip that I'll love and remember for a long time. First brook trout, first whitewater trip, longest trip of my life by distance and time. I'll never forget it, that's for darn sure. But in some ways for the wrong reasons. And I do not think I'll be back. It's done. Steel River Loop. Complete. I'm at the Fishing Moose Lodge tonight, just north of Obatanga Provincial Park, which is where I plan on going tomorrow. I've got my own little cabin, which is sweet. It's not much, but after spending some time in the wilderness, it feels like a paradise. I've got appliances, this pan holding wall panel that I think is quite tasteful, and just the other nice little things that you don't have in the wild. Bathroom in there, and there are two channels. One is Discovery Channel and the other one's fuzzy, so I don't even know what it is, but that's fine, don't really need it. There's a diner over there with an LCBO, and that's where I plan on having dinner tonight. I already got A&W and need to ingest many more calories today. first portage was easy. It was just about 100 meters probably. I'm pretty clear. And now I'm paddling through this marsh where the bugs clearly like it a lot. And I don't know how many more portages there are until University Lake. I spoke to a couple people at the lodge, and one person said there were 4 beaver dams to get around or over. Someone else said 2. So probably 4, but anyway. Have a look.
I heard something trotting through the water. There's a huge moose over there.
Just finished collecting the garbage off the site. Here's all the aluminum and a bottle and some glass. The glass I'll take out to the deep part of the lake and drown it there. The aluminum and metal I'll put, there's a pile of rubbish. Some old folding chairs, I guess I'll put them over there. And then everything else is gonna burn. Just so careless, thoughtless. This is more like it. Something good on. Feels pretty good because my forearm is sore from fighting it. That's always a good sign. Oh, a nice walleye. Not a giant, but definitely nice. Good one anyway, yeah. Oh, that's nice. Probably 5, 6 pound walleye. Pretty nice walleye. A quick measurement here. 25 inches. Eagles homed in on something. Dead fish, maybe? Huh. He had something. Gave up on it.
Well, the bonfire's interesting. One of the worst mosquito swarms I've ever been in. I'm covered. There are there are hundreds. Help! Help me! Usually the fire will deter them a bit, but holy smokes. If I try to get in the tent right now, I'm gonna spend an hour killing the ones that come in with me. I gotta figure something out. Oh man. University River seems like a bit of a misnomer at this point, at this stage in the water course. It's like a creek. After that beaver dam, it was super shallow, and I tried to wade over it, but the sides here are just mud, and you sink too far down. So can't get a foothold, can't do that. So I just had to push myself over like that. Here it's a little deeper again, maybe 3-4 inches. So based on this depth, I'm sure there are going to be more beaver dams before I get through this marsh. Lots of big flies in here. This is blueberry heaven. Way better than any other spot so far this year. And this spot alone has more blueberries than I had all last year because it was so dry. Wow, I'm just gonna gorge. This is absolutely my favorite fruit or vegetable in the world. Fresh, wild, warmed in the sun, still crunchy blueberries. Oh man. Now, balancing act along this log. And back in. Push off. Oh, that's just awkward. This isn't good. I have a long way to go on this creek. I would say, I don't know, good 6 or more kilometers. And this is only the start. I'm a bit concerned. Another obstruction and another portage. I can see the sign there, and that's also a campsite there on the right. There's a sign for it too. Got a couple leeches out of that one as a bonus. I love these beaver dams. And look at the bottom of my sandal for bonus fun out of these beaver dams. I'm guessing these are baby leeches or something, I don't know. But my shoe's crawling with them. Moose just startled me around the corner. Big cow. And she's gone, yeah. No sign of her. Oh well. I'm back at the highway. Knife Creek took 4.5 hours. And now the fun part. I'm going to walk 2 to 3 hours north along the highway back to my car. I've made the decision, kind of a difficult one, to pack it in for this trip. I'm gonna head home tonight. It's I think a 10-hour drive, so I'll probably see how far I get, take a nap, and then finish the ride around sunrise. It's hard to stop when I'm doing what I love, but my body is spent. It needs a break. What a beautiful sight that is. It's the sign for the lodge. You're on Hammer Lake. Now I can get into a car and drive on the highway instead of walking alongside it while gawkers ogle me with their eyes. Oh, what's that young man doing at the side of the road? Bob, do you think he's okay? Yes, Margaret, he's fine. He's a grown man. On my drive home, I get the pleasure of driving through Lake Superior Provincial Park right around sunset. And I'm in Old Woman Bay right now. Some beautiful cliffs getting hit by the sun over there. And the sun dropping like a rock over there. Then 12 hours later in the car, I'm home. About 4,000 calories later too. I had 2 milkshakes, chocolate milk, 4 patties at McDonald's, 2 bags of chips. And I'm greasier than a door hinge right now, so I'm gonna have a shower, sleep, and with that I will say goodbye.